Welcome to Six Sigma Black Belt, Course 1, Module 1, Fundamentals of Lean and Six Sigma. Module 1, Lesson 4, Introduction to the Six Sigma Methodology. In previous lessons, you learned about the origins and benefits of a Lean Six Sigma approach to process improvement. This lesson will introduce you to the Six Sigma methodology, which you will study in greater detail in upcoming courses. Six Sigma shares most of the same tools and concepts as Total Quality Management, or TQM. But in the spirit of continuous improvement, the Six Sigma methodology has a few important differences that allow it to succeed where TQM did not. First, Six Sigma is strategically focused. Projects are selected based on their contribution to the organization's strategic initiatives and are typically bottom-line financial measures. This ensures that the benefits from Six Sigma are not outweighed by the costs of the projects, and that everyone in the organization remains focused in the same direction and on the same goals. TQM projects were not always selected based on their strategic contribution, so there was not always an identifiable bottom-line benefit, and projects often produced scattered results that didn't help achieve strategic goals. Next, Six Sigma improvement results are the responsibility of the management team. Improvement of business performance is part of their performance accountability, so it must be driven and supported from the top. This ensures that Six Sigma projects receive the support and resources they need to be successful. With TQM, project teams were held accountable for project results, despite not always having the authority needed to ensure successful outcomes. Also, Six Sigma is data-driven. Powerful statistical tools such as statistical process control and design experiments are used to provide accurate insights into process performance as well as to objectively verify improvement results. The use of data for objective decision-making is therefore key to Six Sigma. Although data analysis was always an intended component of TQM, project teams were often allowed to make decisions without data, which led to many incorrect conclusions. Finally, Six Sigma emphasizes the need for ongoing monitoring of changed processes for a period of time after the changes are implemented. This is to ensure that the implementation is successful and that the anticipated results are achieved and sustained. The project team and their management sponsor continue to be responsible for the success of the project until the desired results are achieved and all necessary training and documentation are completed. With TQM, projects were considered complete once the changes were identified, so proper implementation was not always ensured and improvements were often short-lived. Lean Six Sigma can be used to improve anything of strategic importance to the business. Common project goals include reducing processing time for increased productivity, capacity, output, or on-time delivery, improving product or service quality for lower costs and higher customer satisfaction, improving process flows for fewer steps and delays, reducing process variation for improved quality and consistency, decreasing costs to increase profits, reducing or eliminating any form of waste, and improving goal attainment. If it's important to the organization, a Lean Six Sigma project makes sense. So how does Six Sigma work? First, business performance data is evaluated to identify areas where the desired results are not being achieved. Metrics can include anything important to the organization, such as quality, productivity, on-time delivery, reliability, safety, customer satisfaction, variation, regulatory compliance, waste, and so on. Based on strategic priorities, management then assigns projects to typically cross-functional employee project teams who will follow the DMAIC model to analyze the problem and develop financially sound improvement recommendations. Management sponsors take responsibility for ensuring the success of the project teams. Larger scope interdepartmental projects are typically led by black belts, with smaller scope or single department projects often led by green belts. The Six Sigma process improvement model is known as DMAIC. It provides the framework needed to ensure a consistent and thorough approach to process improvement. DMAIC stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. The first step in DMAIC is to define the problem by identifying how a strategically important process is not meeting the organization's objectives for it and why this project should be undertaken. This step also typically includes setting initial objectives for the project. In the measure stage, the team will use appropriate statistical tools to evaluate the process's current level of performance and to determine the level of improvement required. This stage also typically includes identifying the current process flow. During the analyze stage, project teams will first use proven process analysis and experimentation tools to identify the root causes of the problem. They will then identify process changes that they believe will bring about the needed results. The recommended solutions are tested during the improve stage, preferably on a trial basis, and the results are evaluated using financial and statistical tools to verify that the changes should be made permanent before the team presents their recommendations to management. If the team's recommendations are approved, they're implemented during this stage. During the final stage, control, sensitive statistical tools such as statistical process control charts are used to monitor the ongoing performance of the changed process to ensure that the anticipated results are occurring and to provide early warning of problems so that the team can take action to get the results back on track. Despite all of the rigor of the DMAIC model, process changes don't always work out as planned, and the team may need to modify the new process or even change it back to its original form in rare cases. Throughout the DMAIC process, the project team will provide management and the process owner with reports on the project status so that everyone stays informed and shares the same understandings and expectations. Approval for movement to the next stage of the project is obtained through these meetings, and any problems can also be identified in cases where the team needs additional support from management. These status meetings are typically referred to as Tollgate meetings, and they occur at least after every stage of the DMAIC model. As you can see, the DMAIC model provides a thorough, rigorous, and effective approach to process improvement, and is the basis for the success of the Six Sigma methodology. Upcoming modules will provide more details on the DMAIC model and the tools used in each stage. In the next lesson, we will discuss the Lean methodology.